great to elect leaders based on their character and capabilities. It would be awesome to ignore labels and stereotypes. I've always resisted labels. Labels are one-dimensional and false. We teach children not to judge others for skin color, gender, and hundreds of other differences. I'm asking you not to judge me based on beliefs about political party. I'm Mary Fay and I'm a town councilor. It's been my honor to serve. This is a special place with terrific schools, town centers, and parks. No wonder West Hartford is the place to be. I'm running for state representative because I love Connecticut, which has always been home. Connecticut has many things going for it. A variety of villages, towns, and cities combined with mountains, rivers, lakes, and the ocean, all within a short drive. Connecticut is a wonderful place to live and raise a family. Connecticut also has big, serious challenges. With crushing debt, we face a $4.6 billion deficit. Our economy is broken. The rest of the country is booming, yet Connecticut has shrunk. My platform focuses on fiscal responsibility, leading from the center. A strong economy is the great equalizer, creating opportunity for everyone. 30,000 residents leave Connecticut yearly. Businesses are bolting. The two highest tax increases ever have killed our economy. The critical issues are the economy, jobs, affordability, and taxes. We must grow to attract businesses, keep what we have, and create jobs. Restructuring taxes makes Connecticut competitive and affordable. I've been a Fortune 100 senior executive for 30 years, building my career from the ground up. I have led, grown, and turned around businesses. I have pension and healthcare expertise necessary to solve Connecticut's problems. My leadership skills, courage, and financial acumen are needed now more than ever. Enormous pensions and benefits strangle Connecticut. Fair changes have been ignored. Do you think my opponent, a state employee, will tackle Connecticut's lucrative pension and benefits? My opponent's policies are the same as their predecessors. We cannot afford continuing Malloy's stifling taxation and anti-business attitude. We can compete if we focus on growth, which will attract investment for education, jobs, and infrastructure. Let's build Connecticut together.
My name is Jillian Gilchrist, and I'm running for state representative in the 18th District of West Hartford because I feel a sense of urgency to help our state and support our town. For the last 15 years, I've effectively advocated for social justice issues at the state capitol, including landmark campus sexual assault policies, a law to remove firearms when a temporary restraining order is granted, and expanded Care for Kids coverage after the birth of a second child. I previously counseled children at the Sexual Assault Crisis Center of Eastern Connecticut and was elected to the West Hartford Board of Education. I manage staff and understand budgets, having been the executive director of NARAL Pro-Choice Connecticut. I currently work as the director of health professional outreach at the Connecticut Coalition Against Domestic Violence, and I teach social work students at the University of Connecticut. I am passionate about creating and passing public policy that promotes the well-being of women, children, and families, both in West Hartford and in Connecticut. Over the last 6 months, I've knocked on a lot of doors and have met with residents in their homes and for coffee. I spent a lot of time listening because I firmly believe that my role as a legislator is to ensure that you have a voice at the Capitol. The overwhelming majority of people are worried about Connecticut's future and are frustrated by the incredibly slow pace at the Capitol. We are facing a substantial deficit, and we need to elect leaders who are willing to challenge the status quo and place good policy before politics. I am not afraid to have difficult conversations if it means Connecticut and West Hartford can move forward. First and foremost, we need to reduce West Hartford's property taxes. This can be achieved through a combined effort at both the state and local level. Any new revenue that comes into our state, including from legalizing marijuana or sports gambling, must be used to pay off our debt. This will free up more support for municipalities, which can be used to reduce property taxes and support public education. I will also be a champion on many of the issues we care about, including paid family and medical leave, preventing gender-based violence, increasing access to health care, and passing sensible gun policy. I love West Hartford, and it would be my honor to serve as your state representative.
Hi, I'm Derek Slapp, a father, husband, educator, nonprofit manager, and state representative. I'm running for re-election because I'm passionate about bringing people together to solve problems. Families in Connecticut need leaders who can find common ground and know how to compromise without being compromised. That's my style, and it's how I've approached governance in the last 2 years I've been in office. I fought for a bipartisan budget that protected our public schools, included important structural reforms to get our state on better fiscal footing, and rejected avoid Governor Malloy's executive order that would have devastated our town. Fairness matters to me. That's why I formed a bipartisan pay equity working group to help tackle gender wage discrimination. We passed a bill that bans the pay history question and helps to ensure that women are paid fairly. I've been recognized as an environmental leader for my work on water conservation, Legislator of the Year for my advocacy for folks with disabilities, and AARP named me a legislative champion for fighting for affordable utility costs for our seniors. But elections are not about the past, they're about the future and decisions that will impact you and your family. Connecticut has real fiscal challenges thanks to decades of irresponsible behavior by politicians on both sides of the aisle. We also face a federal government that's trying to undermine our way of life when it comes to taxes, women's health care, environmental protection, education, and net neutrality. We must stand together. Being your state representative the last 2 years has been an incredible privilege, and if you choose to send me back to the Capitol, I pledge to remain engaged, accessible, and accountable. There's more work to do to strengthen our economy and our community, and I'm ready. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joe Varengia, and I'm asking for your vote on November 8th. It's been both a privilege and honor to represent my friends and neighbors of the 20th General Assembly District. Without question, the past 2 years have been the most challenging, and yet despite those challenges, I fought hard to work on issues that will make a difference for everyone. Working with my legislative colleagues, I'm happy to report that we were able to successfully overturn the governor's proposed $20 million in draconian cuts to our town, expand health care, restore Medicare funding, and enact many measures to create jobs and encourage economic growth. As co-chair of the Public Safety and Security Committee, I work tirelessly to help shape the future of Connecticut's gaming industry. It gives me great pleasure to announce that I have finally secured state grants to fund improvements to Walcott Park and long overdue aesthetic improvements to the New Britain Avenue, New Park Avenue Bridge. This is in addition to state grants for the Elm Grove renovations and the new housing located at 616 New Park Avenue. Of course, there's still much more work to do. While out on the campaign trail, I've listened to your concerns and pledge to work on issues that are important to all of us. Issues such as tax reform, economic growth, health care, spending, and transportation infrastructure. Despite the serious challenges that lie ahead, what is not lost on me is all the good things the state has to offer. Connecticut has assets most states can only dream about: a highly skilled workforce, world-renowned educational, medical, and cultural institutions, a diversified economy, and an attractive quality of life. With your vote on November 8th, I will continue to work on your behalf and fight for positive changes. Thanks for listening, and remember to vote on Tuesday, November 8th.
I'm State Senator Beth Bye from West Hartford. I represent the 5th District for you at the state capitol. It's such a great state, our state of Connecticut. And I moved back here to Connecticut and to the town of West Hartford for the schools. And when I got back here, I ran for the school board because I was unhappy with how partisan the school board was. I didn't think school boards should be partisan. And I also wanted to make sure all kids had the best education possible. I'm now completing my 4th term in the state Senate and am chair of the Higher Education Committee. Higher education is one of our great advantages in Connecticut because it brings us our educated citizenry, and these policies are critical to maintain Connecticut's advantage in this area. Republicans on the other side of the aisle have called me bipartisan and understanding, and I still try to promote bipartisan cooperation in the state Senate. Republicans vote with Democrats 80% of the time there. At the same time, I'm not afraid to take on tough issues if I think people will benefit. I've championed paid family medical leave and also helped Eric Slapp pass a strong pay equity bill for our state. Not just because voters support those policies, because they're the right thing to do for people who need them. I've helped expand preschool throughout Connecticut, adding thousands of seats, and I'm also working on a free college proposal, like the ones that New York and Oregon passed. I've helped secure state grants for small businesses and nonprofits in 5th District towns. I've helped support new firehouses, libraries. I've helped increase school funding. The Hillstead was an important investment, as was Rails to Trails in Bloomfield, and in West Hartford, we're going to be getting additional funding to help the Noah Webster House. Being your state senator is a tough job, but it's really rewarding. And in these times, we need legislators who will stand up for human rights, for the environment, for the middle class. And in Connecticut, for equality of life, because that's a great advantage. We need to all be working together in the state and the towns and with residents to maintain that. And I've done that each day as your senator. I hope I can count on your vote in November. I'll keep fighting for you. Thank you very much.
I am Philip Chabot, a lifelong Connecticut resident, a successful regional businessman, and a respected community leader. I'm a graduate of Litchfield High School and UConn School of Engineering with a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. With my family, we own and actively manage the Farmington Gardens banquet facility and the North House restaurant in Avon. I'm a Farmington resident and an active leader in the following positions: President of the Farmington Chamber of Commerce, President of the Exchange Club of Farmington, Farmington Republican Town Committee, Past President of the Rotary Club of Farmington, and Justice of the Peace. I'm running for state senate because Connecticut needs leaders who are willing to make tough decisions and look at problems from a different perspective and with a fresh set of eyes. I am one of those leaders. As an owner of small businesses, I know the importance of keeping our costs low and budgets balanced. Connecticut has a spending problem, not an income problem. One-party rule has hurt this state, and it's time for a change. I'm going to give the citizens of the 5th District an option of someone who's not a career politician and does not intend to become one. I want to go to Hartford to clean up the inefficiencies and wasteful spending, then get back to business so that everyone in Connecticut can prosper. For more information about me and my stance on the important issues facing the state, follow me on social media and my website, philchabot.com. I look forward to your support on November 6th.